Let's talk a little bit about how faculty have structured their course navigation. We believe courses should reflect the instructor's teaching style and personality, but they should also maintain a clear and well-structured navigation system so that students can find their way around the course, understand what is expected of them, and access the course materials seamlessly. But this doesn't happen without careful planning. To make things a little easier, we have given you access to a site called Table Templates. You are not obliged to use these templates, and not all of the courses I will show you started from a table template. However, I think you will see that every course is structured in a way that makes it easy to navigate. This first example is the homepage of Sonora Jaw's Media Foundations of Communications, which was based on the table template Homepage Demo 4. Here's another variation on that same template. This is Henry Kamerling's History 231 course that he built for summer. Notice that he frames what the course is about in an introductory paragraph. All the links to general information about the course are in the left column under Opening Links. In the right column are links to what they will be doing each week. Clicking on any of these links will bring the student to an overview of what they are going to cover that week and why. This weekly overview page also provides links to the rest of the course readings, discussion, and homework. This makes it very easy for the students to keep track of what is going on from week to week, which is critical in an online course since the instructor isn't there to tell them. Students in Henry's course can go through the materials sequentially by following the links from the home page, but they can also find their way around by clicking on the modules, which act as a kind of table of contents for them to locate the material. In this example, you can see that many of Henry's readings are placed directly on Canvas pages. Here's another course that was designed for an 8-week summer class. This one is Tracy Pepper's European Witch Hunts. From Tracy's homepage, students can access all of the introductory course information by clicking on Enter Here if you dare. Here you can see the relationship between Tracy's homepage and her modules list. If students click on the top cell in her table, they will be taken to the first page of her Welcome to Class module, which includes a course overview, the syllabus, and a letter that introduces them to the course librarian, who will work with students on their research papers. Clicking on the homepage cell for Week 1 brings students to the first page of Week 1 module, and so on for weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The first page of each week gives students an overview of what they will be covering that week, what's due, what they need to read, and questions they should keep in mind as they read. It also includes an overview video by Tracy. Here is Terry Foster's Business Law course. This looks somewhat different but works in a very similar way. Each week has an image, a brief description of what will be covered, and a title that links to the first page of a module. Just like Tracy's course, clicking on the Welcome link takes them to all of the introductory materials and activities. Notice that in Week 3 the topic is torts, and clicking on the torts headline takes them to the first page of the torts module, which has a description, the learning outcomes for that module, and links to everything they will be doing that week. Here's a variation. This is Will Parkin's Terrorism and Homeland Security. The only difference from Terry's is that the images are on the bottom and there is no description on the home page. But clicking on an image brings students to the first page of a module where Will outlines the context and rationale for what they will be studying, along with everything they will be required to do that week. Same thing. Here's Jackie Helfgott's Typologies of Criminal Behavior. Clicking on an image takes students to the first page of the module. And this is Kate Koppelman's course, Reading the Post-Human, which has 3 distinct themes. Clicking on icons for those themes brings students to a calendar of everything they will be doing in that module. Here's a similar setup for Dan Washburn's Sociocultural Transformations. In this case, Dan has students looking critically at ancient works through 2 different lenses, Theme 1, Order and Justice, and Theme 2, Sex and Virtue. In a humorous welcome video, he outlines what they will be doing and why they will be using these 2 lenses. The colors help students locate which civilization they are looking at, blue-green for Ancient Near East, yellow for Greece, and red for Rome. This is Andrew Davis's course on Job and the Mystery of Suffering. Note that in this case, Andrew has put the course syllabus directly into a Canvas page. And here's a slightly different setup between the home page and the modules. This is Karen Cogill's population-based healthcare course. It's a hybrid course. Clicking on the icon for each week brings students to an overview page for that week's activities. But in this case, all of the material is not found within the modules, but rather grouped in other modules by type of resource. So now that you've seen some of these ideas, you can begin to think about how you want your students to navigate through your course and to build the skeleton of that navigation in your Canvas space.